Hello, welcome to my channel. This is a bit unusual of videos, and this is for those students who just start trigonometry and they have some confusion. So, for example, I asked many students, what does sine 30-degree mean? You might have seen in the calculator, sine 30 degree is equal to 1 by 2. So, what's the meaning of this thing? And hardly any question, any student gave me the correct answer. Anyway, so we will talk about the basic thing which will help you in understanding trigonometry. Okay, before we talk about trigonometry, let me ask you another question. The value of pi, we know it is approximately 3.14, right? So where did we get this value? What is the significance of this value? Who told us this value? Okay, so maybe some of you do know the answer, but let me explain it. Remember, uh, we know that circumference of a circle, it is given by 2 pi r, right? So 2 times r is the diameter. So we can say this is diameter times pi. Okay, so the value of pi is equal to circumference over diameter. Okay, so this is a very interesting thing that the value of pi is nothing but the ratio of the circumference to diameter. So you can do it yourself. Take any circle, take any cylindrical box or whatever, and let's say that this is your cylindrical thing, any cane, right? So put a thread around it, okay, and measure the length of the thread. uh, Unwrap this thread on and measure its length. How much is its length? Okay, and measure the diameter of this circle. Okay, and try to calculate this value of c divided by d. Okay, and you will get this magic number 3.1415, whatever it is. Okay, so that means we realized that the ratio of diameter and the circumference of a circle is a fixed thing. Whether circle is small or big or very small or very big. So as long as it's a circle, the ratio of diameter and circumference is fixed, and that is called pi, right? So this is a very beneficial information. Now, if you know any diameter, you just multiply it with 3.14 and you'll get the circumference. Or if you know the circumference, you just divide it by 3.14 and you get the diameter. And once you know the diameter, you can find the radius as well. So this value was very helpful, and it is nothing but a ratio, right? Okay, now just keep in mind that this pi is just ratio. Now scientists, what did they do? They said that, okay, we face right angle triangle very frequently, right? So if this angle is right angle and this angle is a variable, this angle is theta, right? So for different values of this theta, they try to find the ratio of this side to this side, and this side to this side, and this side to this side, right? And they made up the tables. Okay. For example, uh, they say that if theta is 1 degree, right? So they make this angle very small, 1 degree, and try to calculate the ratio of this opposite side to the hypotenuse. Okay, and that ratio they call it sine of theta, and they recorded the value over here. Similarly, they found the ratio of this base into hypotenuse for 1 degree angle, and they call that ratio cosine of theta, and they recorded it over here. And similarly, they said what's the ratio of the opposite side to the adjacent side, and they call it tangent of theta, and they recorded it over here. Then they make this angle theta equal to 2 degree, and they again recorded all these things, and 3 degree, and so on. They up till 90 degree, they did all this thing. Okay, so that's how they made this whole table of sine, cosine, and tangent. Now, uh, now the students would not have seen this table because all this table is inside the calculator. So just type in sine of that much degree and it will calculate the angle, the ratio for you. But you remember this, just this one ratio was so helpful to us. So all these ratios are very, very helpful to us. Okay, if we know this angle and we know any side, we can find the other sides. And there are a lot of magic things we can do using this sine, cosine, tangents. Okay, so I hope now you understand what is the whole idea of sine theta and what is the meaning of it and why is it so. Okay, now let me talk about few more things interesting, and I hope that will be very helpful to you. Let me make some room for myself. Okay, where is the thing? Yes. Okay, now let me change the color of my pen. Mm, This is nice color. Okay, um, let's say we have a triangle right angle. So this angle is 90 degree, and this angle was 45 degree. Okay, now if this is 45, how much is this angle? You will immediately know this is also 45, right? Okay, now if these two angles are equal, then these two sides must be equal as well, right? So if this side is, let me call it A, the other side will also be A, right? Now, how can I find the hypotenuse of this one? If you use the Pythagoras theorem, then you can see this side is going to be the square of this one plus square of this one, and its square root, it will give me this side, remember? So a square plus a square is 2a square, and that will be a under the root 2. Okay, so this side is a under the root 2. Make sense? Okay, this is very interesting. So the ratio of opposite to hypotenuse in this 45-degree triangle, right? It is A and A times under root 2. Okay, so this is a very interesting observation or discovery, we can call it. So if I know that this angle is 90 and this is 45, right? Now, if I know that, let's say this side is 7. Okay, now immediately you can see that if this is 45, this is 45, and this is 7, and this is 7 as well. Okay, and this side, the hypotenuse, it is 2 under root times more, so this is 7 under root 2. Okay, isn't it interesting? So whenever you see a triangle, a right angle triangle, whose one angle is 45 degree, you can find the other sides immediately. Okay, another case, let's say you have this triangle, and this angle is 90 degree, and this is 45, and this is 10. Okay, so you see the hypotenuse is 10 this time. Okay, if this is 45, this must be 45 as well, right? Okay, now if this is 10, how much is this side? I know that this side is equal to this side, right? But how much is this? Okay, you see the ratio between these two sides is under 2. So if this is 10, this would be 10 divided by under root 2. Am I right? Because the hypotenuse is 200 times larger. So you see it is 200 times larger. Similarly, this is also 10 divided by under root 2. Okay? In the case, if you see a triangle like this, and you know that this is, let me call it 8, and this is 8 under root 2, and this is 90 degree. Right? So now you can see the ratio between these two is 1 and 1 by and under root 2. You see the ratio between these two sides is 1 and under root 2. So and then you can immediately see that this must be 45 degree, this must be 45 as well, and this must be 8 as well. Okay, so these are tricks that will be very useful to you when you are doing math problems. Okay, you don't have to use the formulas and all the calculation every time. So just use your common sense, the sixth sense of mathematics, and you can find out a few things very quickly. Okay, let me do few more things. Let me erase this table. I need some more room. Okay, yes. Uh, and let me change the color. It's nice to use different colors. Okay, let's consider this triangle. Okay. Okay, one thing is I forgot to tell over here. You see from here, you can see immediately what is sine of 45 degree. Okay, sine of 45 is opposite over hypotenuse. So this divided by this, and you can see a will cancel and it will become 1 over square root of 2. Right? Similarly, what is cosine of 45 degree? It is again a over a under 2. So it is going to be 1 over under 2 as well. You can confirm it using your calculator. Similarly, what is tangent of 45 degree? That is a over a. So this is 1. Okay. Now consider this triangle. Okay, I'm not very good making the diagrams. So anyway, so this is all this angle are 60. They're all equal to each other. So 60, 60, 60, right? This is what about equilateral triangle, right? So if all these three angles are equal, all these sides are equal as well, right? So let me call, okay, we will give the name later. So all these sides are equal. Now I want you to divide this triangle into half. So this is a half triangle. Okay. Now you can see that this angle would be 30 degree and this angle is 90 degree, right? And let's forget about this triangle. Just erase it, cancel it. Okay. So now I have a new triangle. You can see it is something like this. This angle is 90. This is 30. This is 60, right? Okay. Let's assume that I give the name of this side 2B. And this one also 2B and this one also 2B. So all these sides were 2B. So this is still 2B, but this is how much? This is just B because this is half of this whole side, right? Okay. Now, can you find this side? I can do using Pythagoras theorem. So 2B square minus B square and under the root, right? So this will give you 4B square minus B square. So it's 3B square under the root. So this is B under the root 3, right? So this third side is B under the root 3. Okay, this is very useful information. Now, can you tell me what is sine of 30 degree? Sine of 30 degree mean B over 2B, opposite or hypotenuse. So B over 2B will become 1 by 2, right? Similarly, what is cosine of 30 degree? That is B under root 3 over 2. So this B will cancel and it is under root 3 by 2. Right? By the way, this value 1 over under 2, it is 0 0.7071. This is also 0 0.7071. This is 0.5, of course, and this is 0 0.866. 866. Okay, now what is tangent of 30 degree? Right? Sine, cosine, tangent is B over under 2, this is 1 over under root 3. Okay, so this is, I believe, 0 0.577. Let me check it. This is tangent of 30 degree, right? So tangent of 30 degree, uh, yeah, 577. Okay, now I can do some others from here. Can you tell me what is sine of 60 degree? Okay, for 60 degree, opposite over hypotenuse is b under 3 over 2b. So this is under root 3 over 2. Okay, same 0 0.866. Similarly, what is cosine of 60 degree? It is b over 2b, adjacent over hypotenuse, right? So b over 2b will become 1 by 2.5. And what is tangent of 60 degree? Sine, cosine, tangent is 3 under root over b under 3 over b, so b will cancel and it is just 3 under root. It is 1.732. Okay, so you can see that all these values, they just come intuitively. I have not done anything which is new to you, right? You know this equilateral triangle, if it all sides equal, all angles are equal. So yeah, I just made it into half and I all these things. Now from here we get something very interesting. If you see if you come across a triangle like this in your life, this is 90 degree, right? And this angle is 30 degree. So you immediately know that this angle is 60 degree. Okay. Now, if this side is known as 7, right? We know that in 30-degree triangle, the ratio between opposite side and the hypotenuse is 1:2. So this side is double of this one. So this is 7, this must be 14. Okay, easy. And if this is 7, this side is 7 times 3 under root. Remember, if this is b, then this is b times 3 under root. So this side would be 7 under root 3. Okay, easy. Okay, more example. If I have a triangle like this, one angle is 30, this is 90, so this must be 60. Okay, if I know this side, hypotenuse, this is given as 13. Okay, then how will you find the opposite side, opposite to the 30 degree? That is half of 13, right? Because the ratio between these two is 1 and 2. We know that sine of 30 degree is 1 by 2. That ratio tells me that the opposite and hypotenuse, the ratio between them in 1 and 2. So this is 13, this must be half of it. And if you know this opposite side, now we can find this one. How? It is just 300 times more. So 13 over 2 under root 3 will give me the adjacent side. Easy, interesting. Okay, one more example. Let's say if I come across this triangle, this is 90 and this is 60. Okay, and this is 10. Opposite to 60 is 10, right? Okay, if this is 60, this is 90, this must be 30 degree, right? Okay, now if this is 10, how would you find the opposite side, opposite of 30 degree? Okay, remember the ratio between this opposite of 30 and adjacent to 30 is 1:3, under root 3, right? Okay, so this must be under root 3 less. So I have to divide this one by under root 3 to get this one. Make sense? And of course, hypotenuse is double of this, so it will become 20 divided by under root 3. Okay, so this is how you solve the 30-60 degree triangle. Okay, what else? Enough. Similarly, if you come across a triangle in your life where you know this is 90 and this is 30, you immediately know that, okay, let's say you don't know the angle, sorry. Yes, okay. You know that this is 15 and this is 17.5. Okay, now you immediately say that, okay, this is 15, this is half of it. So this angle must be 30 degree. Okay, and if this angle is 30 degree, then this must be 60 degree. Okay, and if it is 60 degree, 30 degree, and this is 7.5, then this side must be 7.5 times under the root 3. Okay, so I hope these tips would be helpful to you when you are doing practical problems, then they will make things very quick. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please subscribe my channel. That will help. This will be your favor to me. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.